Hello YouTube. Well, it's finally here, the eighth wonder of the world, the Xbox Series X. In this video, we are going to see a quick unboxing and initial setup. Then we shall compare it against my Xbox Series S, the load times and gameplay. Here we have the box. It says Power Your Dreams. So this is built on the Velocity architecture. It supports 4K gaming up to 120 frames. And it also supports 8K HDR video streaming with Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos support. Another Power Your Dreams label inside too. So in the box we have the HDMI 2.1 cable, so it supports 4K 120 or up to 8K signals with the supported display or TV that you have. And then here we have the 2-pin Indian cable. So there is no adapter or anything as such, so it's just the cable, so which is a good thing. And then inside this we have the controller, so it's almost the same that we got with the previous generation, the Xbox One series. So it still requires these two AA batteries, and the only difference is the textures that you see here and the USB Type-C port against the micro USB port that we had with the Xbox One controller, so which is a welcome change. And the textures and the size of the controller is really great. Well, let's unwrap the beast. So here we have the disk drive, the power button, and on top there is a huge vent and a fan. So it doesn't make any sound even when running at higher loads. So it's there for a great cooling purpose. And on front you have the USB 3.0 port. So at the back you have the HDMI port, the expansion card slot, the LAN port, the power cable, and again two USB type A ports which supports 3.0 speeds. And you have another few vents at the back too. So you also have the way to place the Xbox horizontally, so it has feet both on both the sides, so you can use it in any orientation that you like, that you can put it on your table or below your TV. Now let's set it up. So you can set up with your Xbox app on your iOS or Android device, or you can do it with your controller too. So let's begin. And I have done all the initial setup, and here is the home screen as you can see. And now let's download some games. So I'm right now downloading the GTA 5 and Forza Horizon 5, and for this test I'm going to be using my Sony 4K 60Hz TV. So let's begin. From standby, both the 1S and the Series X starts up at the same time, so it's different story from cold boot. Now let's launch Forza Horizon 5 on both and let's compare the launch times. So the Series X, it runs at native 4K, but the 1S, so that is doing it at 1080p right now. So the main advantage of the Series X or the next generation consoles that we have today is the switch from hard disk to SSD. So it's blazingly fast. So when you have a spinning hard disk, so as you can notice on the left side with the 1S, so it's still on the loading screen, whereas on the right side with the Series X with SSD, it's blazingly fast and it's almost progressing to the next stage. So here we have it. So here now I got this particular screen on the 1S, and on the Series X it's already loaded up to the gameplay. So right now I can just quickly toggle to set up the gameplay, and here we have it, and I have the car right there. And with the 1S it still takes quite a lot of time, as you can notice. So it took around 40 seconds to load on the Series X, but the same game it took around 2 minutes 40 seconds on the 1S. So that is the difference. So now let's check out some gameplay. So as you can notice on the right side, the gameplay, it's pretty smooth. The frames, I'm getting 60 frames per second. And you are watching this on YouTube and it's recorded through my phone, so it might not be the exact representation, but as I am seeing right now with my own eyes, I can notice the textures are really great with the newer generation consoles, and mainly the smoothness, the frames. I'm having this 60 Hz TV and it's literally around the same 60 Hz I'm getting. And also you can notice the textures on the car, so all the there is no missing textures and it's really smooth. So that is one of the main advantage of these newer generation consoles. So now let's launch GTA 5. So I have it here and it's launched on, so there is slight delay, but yeah, that should be fine. On left side again we have the 1S and right side the Series X. As you can notice on the Series X, it's already progressed better, even though it had a slight delay in start. So, and right now in the market, the Series X is the most powerful console that you can get today. So it even beats the PlayStation 5 for that matter. And there's also a younger cousin of this Series X, the Series S. So it supports lower resolution, so a 1440p gaming at 120 frames, or it supports 1080p at 120 frames per second. But both of them use an SSD, so that is a good thing. So that's responsible for the faster game loads. As you can notice on the Series X, it's already loaded, so it took around 50 seconds. So right now on the 1S, it's still loading, and let's see how much time it takes. And it finally completed with 2 minutes 10 seconds. Okay, so now let's check out the gameplay. So as you can notice, the smoothness again with the right side display with the Series X, and again it supports great hardware with the AMD Zen 2 architecture, and it supports up to 12 teraflops of computing power, so that's really great. And as you can notice, the shadows, the latest console, it supports HDR, HLG, all the latest and greatest formats, which enhance the viewing experience. So as you can notice, the shadows, everything, it's really great on the right side. And coming to gameplay, I am not a very good player, so, and I'm playing with one hand. So if you want to check out more gameplay, you can check out one of the link in my description right down there. So, so another great feature with the Series X is quick resume. So right now I played Forza Horizon 5 just before GTA 5, and I left the car at a certain spot and I still remember that. So when I enter into the game, it's still there where I left it, and I can resume the gameplay how I intended to be. So this is one of the great feature with the newer generation consoles. And there are few games like Microsoft Flight Simulator, so it runs only on the Series X or S, so it doesn't work on the Xbox One consoles. And also we are expecting a lot many games which are next generation exclusive, so it will only run on the newer generation consoles. So it doesn't support the previous generation. So one of the example for this is Test Drive Unlimited. So we expected it to come this year and also support the previous generation, but right now they are not doing that, and it's coming next year exclusively for the newer consoles. So with all of this, it's a great upgrade from previous generation consoles. So that's all I had in this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this, and as always, stay safe and peace.